In accessibility services, we provide all kinds of support and accommodations to students with various disabilities and medical conditions. Some of our students have what's considered a more visible disability, like myself, a physical disability, but actually the majority of students who are registered with accessibility services have what would be considered an invisible disability. So that might be something like ADHD, a learning disability, or a mental health concern like depression or anxiety. We can also provide support to students who have temporary disabilities. So let's say you were to break your arm or you were recovering from surgery, we can provide you with accommodations as well. So I'll start off by telling you a little bit about the most common accommodations that students use. So some of our students benefit from a volunteer note taker. They might have difficulty taking notes for themselves. They might not be able to physically write for themselves, or they might have difficulty paying attention to the lecture and taking notes at the same time. So often a lot of our students benefit from being set up with a volunteer note taker. A lot of our students also require extensions on their assignments, so it might take them longer to read or do their written assignments, or they might have difficulty concentrating on 2 assignments at the same time. So often, again, extensions are very beneficial. Our most commonly used accommodations are for tests and exams. So a student might need extra time to write their exams. They might need a private, distraction-free room to write in, or they might need access to a computer with adaptive software or the ability to type their answers instead of writing by hand. So those are our most common accommodations, although we can certainly provide a whole variety depending on the nature of a student's disability or medical documentation. So in order to register with accessibility services, what you need to do first is schedule an intake appointment. And during that meeting, we'll talk about the nature of your disability or medical condition. We'll talk about the areas of your studies you might be struggling with. And then based on that conversation, we'll figure out what kinds of accommodations would help you succeed in your courses. In order to receive accommodations, you do need to provide us with medical documentation. So at the end of your intake appointment, we'll send you home with our medical documentation form that needs to be filled out by your family doctor or a psychologist or a specialist of some sort. But it's really important for students to know that when you're registered with accessibility services, it remains completely confidential. It doesn't go on your student file or your transcript. Your instructors won't be told why you're registered with accessibility services. So all of your information and personal details are made private and confidential within our office. And that's really important for students who have invisible disabilities in particular. If you want to learn more about our services, you can check us out on the university website. You can type accessibility services into the search bar, or you can come visit us in our office in room 1M35. That's the first floor of Manitoba Hall. Our phone number is 786-9771, or you can send us an email at accessibility@uwinnipeg.ca.